I'm Natasha Case. I'm the CEO and co-founder of Coolhaus Ice Cream. I've always been fascinated by, the ways that design can be a bridge to so many different fields and passions. For example, the environment. One of our early, I think, interesting kind of design moves is we said, let's rethink packaging, especially because we really started from trucks. So we were on the street, on sidewalks, and the last thing you want to do is leave behind trash and a mess that is just going to, pollute our city, pollute our waters. So we came up with, what if you could, instead of the package, the wrapper being, trash or even recyclable, what if you could just pop it in your mouth? And we found this potato paper that surrounds the sandwich, and we can also print on it, so it's cool. You can have your logo or other messaging, and folks can use it to protect their fingers so they don't get sticky when they're eating the ice cream sandwiches. Pop it in their mouth, boom, no waste product, and you've done it in a really cool, kind of interesting design way. I love Leo Carrillo Beach. It kind of takes you to that edge of, edge of LA, Malibu. It feels like you're in a whole new world. There's a dog-friendly angle of it too, and we have two adorable little pups, so they love that as well. And then other beach locations, I grew up going to Martha's Vineyard every summer. I'm very, very fortunate to have done that. The beaches are beautiful, filled with clay and just so much nature in the water. I don't know if it counts fully also, but I have to give a shout out to the Amalfi Coast, which we went to also last September. It's just insane and beautiful and was one of the best experiences of a lifetime. It does concern me. You see, the Pacific Ocean here in Southern California, which is home, you feel even more protective about it because it is your home and you worry about the way a city might be interacting with its coastline. So I always think about, are we seeing rich enough waters here? Is the life that is meant to be here in the ocean being protected and being valued in the right way? I think that we have definitely tried to make some good strides. For example, things like Surfrider and partnering with brands. So that's always on my mind. When Surfrider came through Coolhaus and took a tour, we worked together to even elevate things we had going. For example, our packaging, switching to those paper straws. But I think they're very pleased to see the edible wrappers and the plant-based containers that we use. So we're always trying to up our game. The spoons is a common one that people call out. Like, I'm so glad I can not feel bad about having 20 samples if they want to, and that each one isn't a waste. So that's really big. The financials is a perception that I think can be reworked if you think about it big picture. I think the perception is, buying a lot of these more environmentally friendly packaging supplies, cups, boats, plates, forks, whatever it may be, they sometimes can be more expensive. But I do think that, first of all, once you get the volume going, it kind of, it evens out. But also, if you really are planning for big picture, we all save in the end when we chip in for the environment. If the environment goes south, none of our businesses will succeed because, not to be dark, but we won't be here to enjoy our businesses. So you've got to think big picture in that way. And I also think it's okay to do marketing about being environmentally friendly. I think if you, spend the time to get the messaging out there that you're making choices about having more environmentally friendly supplies, more customers will want to come and support that, especially in California, Southern California. So it will pay for itself and beyond, because people will perceive you're making the better choice for everyone and that you're thinking about them too, not just necessarily the short-term bottom line. Recycling is something that is not really understood. I think that different materials recycle differently, create more work to actually recycle than to just reuse and save. There's a lot of nuances to the whole system, and I think when you dig into it more, you kind of understand it's also a huge endeavor to do. So, recycling may not always just be, okay, throw something in the recycling bin. It's like, think about what you're buying. Think about if you needed the container in the first place. Maybe you could have had something you can, wash and reuse. So I think there needs to be kind of opening up that dialogue more, and I think that will also help people make more strategic choices. That's just something for me I've been starting to really, dig deeper into. And so, as with anything, just understanding, I think, more the nuts and bolts helps people also feel more attached to it and more like they're part of the movement too. So educating yourself is just everything. One would be just our Dirty Mint chip. It's great to reinvent classics, and we totally did with that flavor. It's got real mint leaves in the ice cream, no oil, no extract, just the fresh mint leaves, and that really kind of gives it this true flavor to the herb. And there's also a touch of brown sugar in there, so it's more like a mint tea. It's more earthy, more almost savory. And I've converted a lot of people who say they hate mint desserts with this ice cream, which is awesome. And you can get it in pint or sandwich form all over grocery stores around the country and even internationally now. I love a flavor called milkshake and fries that we do. It's salted Tahitian vanilla bean base, shoestring French fries, and milk chocolate malt balls. So it's like dipping a fry in a shake, which is a lot of people's, secret or not so secret obsession. And that one's very sweet and savory. It's coming to pint next year, delicious. And then I gotta give a shout out to our boozy flavors. The Maker's Mark Manhattan is so good. Bourbon, cherry, bitters, just delicious. We have so many great flavors. You really can't go wrong. But those are three of my tops. We invite you to come and enjoy our delicious, environmentally friendly products anytime you want, from our 10 trucks around the country, LA, Dallas, and New York, our 2 scoop shops here in LA, Culver City and Pasadena, Old Town, but also our biggest chance that you can get your hands on them is our distribution. We're in 5,000 plus grocery stores in every state in the country, also in the Middle East and Asia. Everything from a Whole Foods to a Safeway, you can get your hands on Coolhaus, sandwiches, pints, and bars, so I hope you check us out.